You are late, boy. Tomorrow you will be here at midday.
Who are you?
Wait, did you just ask who am I? I'm Fu Manchu! Haven't you been watching my reviews? I mean, I've seen some of these reviewers on YouTube. They have like thousands and millions of followers, and apparently you don't know who I am? Oh well, I'm not doing my job very well, am I? Anyway, this review will be dedicated to Mr. Evilcheese. Yeah, okay, Mr. Evilcheese, this one's for you. So, prepare to be Evilcheese-sized. Just terrified. Picture gamey cheese of bones. Yeah, it's about as good as I could come up with. Oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu, but if you saw the intro, we already know who I am, so let's get on with the review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing something that is totally redundant because Mr. Evilcheese reviewed all 5 or 6? I think there's 6 of them. 6 of them! Yes, 6. Sometimes I just totally forget things and then my brain screams at me, 6! And I'm like, oh, well, okay, well, I guess it must be 6. Yeah, Mr. Evilcheese reviewed the 6 Game of Thrones figures already. Well, okay, well, I have like 5 of them and I was going to review them, but I have to say that the first one that I ever got broke. Yep. I got Daenerys because I think she's cute, and, well, when I opened her, I had her for like a month, too. I had her for a month, and I was like, I need to review her, but I'd only seen 1 episode of Game of Thrones. So I thought, hey, I think I'll watch Game of Thrones before I review her, that way I know a little bit about it. And now I've seen seasons 1 and seasons 2. So I'm gonna start season 3 tonight, so I can't wait to start it. But anyway, I opened Daenerys, and I was like, hey, wait, her arm looks funny. And I went to straighten it out, and it fell right off. So, she had no right arm. But I looked at the figure a little closer, and I figured out what it was that was wrong with her arm. Both of her forearms were on the wrong arm. So basically, they were on backwards. It's like the left one was on the right one, and the right one was on the left one. But the elbows were facing outward instead of, like, behind her. So anyway, took that one back to the store. Oh, and another thing I noticed, too. Before I returned her, I noticed that her feet were on backwards too. Her left foot was on the right foot, and the right foot was on the left foot. I guess they were just copying the elbows. I don't know, but it was very strange. Anyway, took it back to the store, and the store said, hey, you want another one? And we said, okay, we'll take another one, thank you very much. Got her home, guess what? Her arm fell off. Same arm! I can't understand it. And I looked at her, her feet were backwards again, and I'm like, what is going on? So, took it back again to a different store, got another one, and 3rd time's the charm because this one's fine. Now, she'll probably break during this review because I plan on bringing her out later, so if she breaks, I'm going to cry. Seriously, I will cry right here. And have you ever seen a doll cry? It's not a cool sight. Let me say that right now. I will get little doll tears in my mustache. But anyway, then I got Jon Snow, and he was fine. He was okay. His hand was a little loose, but I talked to Mr. Evilcheese, and he said his hands was a little loose, but yeah, I guess that's just common. Then I got the Hound, and he was fine. Then I got Tyrion, and he was fine. And tonight, the review will be on the Funko Game of Thrones Legacy Collection number 6. This is Ned Stark, or Eddard Stark, or Neddard Stark, as Mr. Evilcheese calls him. I think Neddard sounds really good. And it's Mr. Sean Bean. Yes, I like Mr. Sean Bean. He is very cool. I like him a lot. He was in Lord of the Rings as Boromir. He was also in one of my favorite movies of all time, Equilibrium. Yeah, he was one of the clerics or whatever. He was pretty cool. I liked him a lot. He had a lot of good lines. He wasn't in the movie very much, but he was still a good character. But yeah, there you go. That's an evil-looking, dragon wolf-looking thing. My goodness, that's how they draw wolves? Oh my goodness, and even if it's a direwolf, I don't think they have scales, but I get it. That's stylized, I don't know. Did you see the way I drew Mr. Evilcheese? I can't draw either. But anyway, there's the figure, and he looks amazing. Now, I say we look at the back of the package. What do you say? Now here's the back of the package, and Sean Bean looks like he's saying, "Hey guys, can I be in season 2, please? I've been good. Please? Can I please be in it? Oh no, you're just gonna be in season 1, whatever. Series 1! You will see it's Jon Snow, Tyrion Lannister, the Hound, the White Walker, Daenerys Targaryen, I guess that's how you say it, and Ned Stark. Now, that's Ned Stark. Now, I have everybody but the White Walker. I did not get him. If you watch any of Mr. Evilcheese's reviews, you'll notice that he said that the White Walker seems to be a bit short. Well, I thought the same thing. Well, today I saw him on TV for the first time riding a horse, and I thought, well, he's not that big after all. He looks kind of about the normal size as all the other people that are walking by, so I guess they got him right. But anyway, you will see here. I got this at a Barnes & Noble store for $19.95, and I wish action figures didn't cost $20 each. Dang it, especially if they break really easy, but... You know, come on, guys. You know, make this figure like $10 or something. I guess that's too much to ask for, but man, oh man. I say we look at the front of the package one more time. Let's go. So here's the front of the package one more time. And I think this figure looks amazing. The day that I bought him was the very first time that I'd ever seen him, and they had 2 to choose from, so I'm very happy that I seem to have gotten a pretty decent one. Now, if I open him and he breaks, don't say I didn't warn you, because guess what? Out of my Daenerys broke, and I think that's it, but I've seen reviews of everybody's figures are breaking, because apparently, you know, Funko has never made figures like this before, and either they're making it with, like, really shoddy materials or something, or they're making it with some sort of plastic that breaks really easy, or it fuses together, and then when you try to move it, it snaps because it's so fragile. So, you know, look, if this breaks, that's gonna suck. But I say we open him and not break him. Please don't break Mr. Sean Bean, a.k.a. Eddard Stark. Okay, let's open him. Okay, here he is, sort of out of the package, and I have to say this. I'm sure a lot of people have noticed it, but man, these figures stink. When you first open them, I swear you're opening Stinkor from Masters of the Universe. They smell like a skunk. I don't know why they smell like a skunk, but they really do. Now, I've noticed over time, once they're out of the package, they don't smell as bad, but man, they are strong when you first open them. Okay, let's open him. Oh, I get why they smell so bad. They're made by Funko, and it does have funk in the title. These are pretty funky smelling, Mr. Funko, so I don't know if that's a gimmick or what, but they are king of funk. So anyway, let's look at the figure. Now here's old Ned right out of the package, and as you can see, he looks pretty good. I actually like this one a lot. Yeah, you could customize this really easy and make a Boromir, that's for sure. But, yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Now, it's really hard to talk about the character because you're always afraid you're going to give away spoilers for people who haven't seen the show. But then I realized that I am the last living person on the planet to even watch Game of Thrones. So, apparently, you know, there's no more spoilers to be given. But a lot of people, now I've noticed this about Game of Thrones. See, when Lost came out, people talked about it, but they held the mysteries for some reason. Nobody really, like, totally blew everything unless you went to like spoiler sites and stuff, and then they would talk about it. But with Game of Thrones, everybody seems to think that everyone on the planet has HBO. I don't have HBO. Look at this place. It's just a white world. There's nothing here. But yeah, so I had to buy the Blu-rays or the DVDs and watch them. And, yeah, so anyway, there's Mr. Sean Bean, looking pretty cool. And everybody stop blowing the show, because it's really good. I like it a lot. But yeah, his likeness looks good. Like I said, there was 2 to choose from, so I think I got a pretty good one. And there's his little pin on his vest, and then that's pretty cool. I do think it's funny, some of the costumes they made for some of them. Because, like, they didn't have to put the pin on him, but they did. So that's a certain part in the show and stuff like that. And, you know, they could have given him different outfits. And I think it's funny some of the outfits they chose for him. Like Tyrion's wearing the armor and stuff. And, you know, he doesn't usually run around in that. So they could have made him normal. But no, they made him in his armor. So let's look at the back of this figure. You notice I stammered there. Let's look at the back of the figure. So there's the back of the figure, and I like his little ponytail thing there, how his hair's tied together. That's pretty cool. And then there's the back of his armor. and it's a kind of a boring figure. But I mean, what do you expect? He had kind of plain armor. Now, what did he come with? Let's see what he came with. He came with his huge head chopper sword and his normal sword, which is very cool. This sword here looked huge when he held it in the show. I mean, it looked big, and I have a couple of swords myself, and I have a big broadsword, and it's really heavy. Now, this one on the show looks like it's extremely heavy, and then this one over here just looks like a normal sword. But anyway, there's the figure. So let's look at the front one more time. So there's Ned Stark with his son. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And if we pan back, you will also see, oh, Daenerys, the Hound, and Tyrion. Yeah, now out of all these figures, I think my absolute favorite figure, honestly, has to be Tyrion. I don't know why, but that figure is pretty awesome, and it's very well articulated. You know, you'd think his little stumpy arms and little stumpy legs wouldn't have as much articulation as the bigger figures do, but they did not cheap out, and they made him very cool. Plus, I like his likeness. And the Hound looks really cool because he's so big, and he's got that cool mask and everything. And then she's just Miss Hot Pants, so she's really cute. And then old Jon Snow back there. A lot of people don't like his likeness. Well, it's off a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it was a real scan of his face. So I'm sure it's just the paint that kind of messed it up, or it's a little soft, or whatever. But anyway, there's the figures. Now, I don't have the White Walker, like I said, or maybe he's hiding in the white background there, and he's going to pop up in a minute, but I don't have him, so if he does, I'm running away. But anyway, there are all the figures together, and Mr. Evilcheese did a review of every one of them, a lot better than I could have done on this one. So, you know, if you want to see what all the other figures do, be sure to check out his reviews. Yeah! So there's my review of the Ned Stark Game of Thrones Legacy Collection by Funko, the funky smelling action figures that break. I bet they'll fix that eventually, and, you know, it's just, you know, it's their first time to make these action figures, so they didn't know what to do. Hey, don't blame them. If you don't like your broken figure, take it back and get a new one. Sure, it's a hassle. I had to do it twice before, so don't worry about it. I don't think you'll have to do it 3 times like I did, but, anyway, I think that these figures look amazing, and I'm very happy to have them, and I cannot wait until Series 2. Yeah. Let's see, who am I wanting them to make? Oh, Cersei, because I think she is hot. I think she is the prettiest girl on the show. Now, I'm sorry, Daenerys, I think you are cute too, but I don't know why I like Cersei. I do. Maybe it's not her character, because she's kind of evil, but I like her. I like Jaime, I guess. You gotta have him if you have her. Who else do I want? Oh, you know who I really liked is that guy who taught the little girl how to sword fight. I liked him a lot. Man, I wish he was in the show more, because he was cool. I liked him a lot. But anyway, I hope they make everybody! Oh, yeah, and Tyrion's friend, because Tyrion's friend is pretty cool. I like him a lot, too. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you had fun. And Mr. Evilcheese, I hope you like this dedication to you. So, keep the reviews coming, because people like me watch them. And, yeah, anyway, hope you liked the review. Thank you for watching, and until next time, tune in for more reviews. Whoa, what the heck? Hey, felzbug, come here. What happened to us? Something's wrong with us, felzbug. Oh my goodness. Well, and the sign's messed up too. Okay, tune in next time.